Wednesday evening traffic. And today we are having our end month Q&A where we get to answer all your car related questions. Na before tuende mbali, remember if you're in Eldoret, unaweza tengenezea gari yako mahali kunaitwa Neon Mobility. Neon Mobility is one of our subsidiaries that seeks to serve the people of Eldoret through our through extending to satellite cities and towns as well. The other thing I would like to remind you is that you can now join the Auto Connect channel on WhatsApp, and through this you're going to be getting daily car updates. If you need to join the WhatsApp channel, the link is pinned. Actually, the link has been pinned at the top bar of the comment section. So if you would like to join the WhatsApp channel for daily car updates, even daily price updates on leo Toyota Axio iko pesa ngapi, kesho Toyota Fielder iko pesa ngapi, click on the link that is on the pinned comment at the top of the comment section. So now kama kawaida, as we normally do, tuanze na salamu. I can see Josh Homan is already here. Tuko na Harmless Level who is tuned in, na by the way mtuambie mnatuachia kutoka wapi. We normally start with salamus, na leo watu wamechelewa wapi. Naona kuna 26 of us who are here. Nataka watuambie wako wapi, wanatutazama kutoka wapi. Thank you so much, Josh Homan, for always supporting the channel. And before we even go further, maybe let me give you a highlight of the week. But because of the magnetic field, mali tulikuwa the solar interfered with bigger and better. Also, we are going to start a new program lineup on the weekly Connect Live segments. We're going to be having 3 episodes every week. We're going to be having a review, a sit down, and the normal live. And this is on a quest to try and expand our content structure. The team and I went for a small retreat. Na tumetenga, and now we are here to give you a different view of a rebranded Auto Connect, and that will be coming your way in a week's time. Let me see the guys who are here. We have Josh Homan, Harmless Level, Benson Chege, Enoch Mwenda from Juja, Meshak Motindwa anasema WR, sijui WR inamaanisha nini. Martin Nyanumba is tuned in. Kipngetich Rono, I enjoyed last week's live audience. Hoodies nilipata courtesy of Grande na Road Cruiser. Asante sana Kipngetich Rono. Also, thank you so much for gracing our live session. We have Lemunke Nganga from Loitoktok, Douglas anasema ako ndani akiwa Kasarani. Stanley Omondi from Kisumu City, salimia Japengwa pale Nyamasaria. We also have Samuel Wegai tuned in from Keno. Josh Homan, again, thank you so much. We have Antis Mwans, sauliza habari yenyu wangwana. We have Meshak Mutinda watching from Dubai. Josenderi, greetings mkuu, tuko ndani. Rafael Nyewera is watching from Moranga today and he's waiting to learn. So tuanze na maswali iko wapi? Nani ako na swali? We're going to start off with your car related questions, and let me give you before we start getting the questions, I would like to give you a very rare phenomenon. Well, it's common, but the reasoning behind it is quite rare, because if you're a car salesperson, and this will go it will go very handy with this episode. If you're a car salesperson and a client comes in na anakuambia anataka Suzuki SX4, Honda Vezel, RVR ama Mazda CX3, most of the time that client will not end up buying anything because of something that is called decision making paralysis. Yeah, so the more options you give to a client, the less likely they will buy, because they are unable to make their decision. So it is very important that you get to know as a salesperson before you handle a client. And even as a client, when you're going to shop for a car, ni vizuri ukue in mind, what do you want? That's why you offer consultation sessions, so that you can narrow down to 2 of the best, because the moment there is a third car, you most likely are going to be unable to make the decision, or you might end up making the wrong decisions. Jose Nderi anasema ako ndani. We have Lame Kodero from Komarok, Edwin Wawero from Ruaka, Liban Abdi from Lodwa VPCK. Liban, bado basi inafika huko, basi mpya. Very soon we are coming for a trip huko Lodwa. Jonas Keys is saying, how reliable is Suzuki Swift, and what's the difference between Suzuki Swift Sport and Suzuki Swift RS? Well, the Suzuki Swifts are actually very nice cars. They are light. These days, if you get the Sport, it's quite fast. You might get a Sport in manual transmission. Well, the RS is your basic, is your kawaida Suzuki Swift, only that it has discs at the back, and then it has RS, ama sports badges. So RS is not faster than your conventional Swift, only that ni kama having a Mercedes-Benz AMG line. Yani, it's a trim that has been made to look sporty aesthetically. However, when you talk about the Suzuki Swift Sport, that is where the fun comes in, because they come in with a turbocharged 1.4 booster jet engine, and it's simply amazing to drive. Harmless Level is saying, hi Eric, I heard that left hand drive to right hand drive conversion is illegal in Kenya. Can you clarify on that? Actually, Harmless Level, that is true in this sense. If you ship a vehicle, say from the US to Dubai, and then do a conversion there, if the inspectors from KEBS note that it has been changed, because most of the time you're going to have to re-weld the bulkhead, then that car might be declared unroadworthy. The only way that that will be legal is you convert a car that is already in the country. That way you might be able to do that, but usisahau logbook itasema left hand drive. The other thing is, right now it is illegal to import a left hand drive vehicle into the country, not unless it is here on temporary basis, or it is a special purpose vehicle. That is the second thing. Third, you have to, yeah, I've said, so first, it's here temporarily. Second, it's a special purpose vehicle, or it was here before these rules were passed. Sawa sawa. We have so yes, it is illegal for you to ship a car from the US ama from Dubai, alafu ikifika huko Dubai ina convertiwa inakuwa right hand, your gari will be declared unroadworthy on arrival. And you know, these days KEBS can actually follow up and know from the origin of the vehicle whether this car was left hand drive initially before it was converted. So it is not a very clever game anymore. Paul Kahoro is watching from Odhaya. Kevin Doro watching from Denmark. Thank you so much, our diaspora community, for always joining us. We have David Kamondo is saying Nissan Serena e-Power versus Noah 2018 models for TSV transfers. So if you're looking at a car to do transfers, you're looking for a car that is, one, fuel economical, and secondly, reliable. Third, it has to be very comfortable for our Wagenis. Well, if we compare the e-Power to, if we compare the Serena e-Power to the Noah, the e-Power has some advantages. Even if we were to compare it to the Noah hybrid, the e-Power has an advantage of fuel economy. Remember, this is an electric vehicle that has the engine as a generator, and the generator in this case is a 3-cylinder 1200cc HR12 engine. So yes, it will have the advantage of better fuel economy. Second thing, one thing that most of us do not admit is that Nissan has a way of making their cars comfortable. In fact, most Nissans, irrespective of their gearboxes na hiyo maneno ingine ya kupandisha gauge, Nissans are actually very comfortable. So in terms of comfort, the Serena e-Power, especially if you get the Highway Star, you're going to have your Wagenis enjoy. Yeah. So also, the other thing is in terms of price, the e-Power is priced lower compared to the Noah. But again, it depends on if you're talking about taking the Serena e-Power from Nairobi to Kisumu on a daily basis, kama ingekuwa pale Sampa, hiyo tungekuwa na another discussion on how it will be in the long run. But if it's for airport transfers, then the e-Power will, that's a light duty. So the e-Power will have a higher it will have a it will be a step ahead of the Toyota Noah. Tuendelee. Carota Uganda is in the house. Also, we Mwego is saying to Kondani. Who else? Harry Mwenda is saying, how reliable are the Mazda CX-7 turbocharged 2.3 liter? They are very thirsty. They are very thirsty on fuel. Na ikipatikana na mechanic hajui chenye anafanya, hiyo gari inaweza kusumbua sana. They are good cars, but they are very thirsty. That is one thing to know. Yeah, is saying, hi Eric, what's the decision on the CRSP 2025? There was a hearing set for last week. We are yet to get the updates, but if you join our WhatsApp channel, the link is up there. So unaweza click your link on the pinned pale kwa comment section. We are going to have updates for you tomorrow, by tomorrow morning on that. So yes, join the WhatsApp channel, Auto Konnekt Kenya. The link to the WhatsApp channel has been pinned at the top of the comments box. So yes, we're going to have updates on this on our WhatsApp channel. And guess what? Even our website is coming up soon. But for now, we get all links, daily links, and all updates and daily updates from the WhatsApp channel. So join up our WhatsApp channel. Kesho tutakuwa na all those briefs from what the courts had to say about the new CRSP. Willie Lewis is saying, hi Mkuu, how is Nissan Sunny B15? I was thinking about getting one. Ama niachane now. B15s were actually nice. They were actually nice cars, very easy to fix. Just make sure ukiichukua haijachemka, and you can do that by inspecting the head ama hata the general health of the block. Yeah, because sometimes they were quite notorious with overheating. Cyrus Kibe is saying, salimia Morioki wa Pajero. Morioki umesalimiwa sana na bwana Cyrus. Mwambie nilinunua mlevi anaitwa 4M40 after failing to adhere to your advice. I'll be back in Kenya to take it to Neo Mobility. Karibu sana Cyrus, tutakusort. Paul Kahora saying, Wakabi, what's your views on the new D-Max 1900cc? Isn't it too small for a workhorse? Actually, that new D-Max is very economical on fuel, and I mean very economical. Is it too small for a workhorse? I will say no. Why? Because Isuzu has had small engines before, and they were very tough. Isuzu has a way of making their engines very reliable. And I'm going to give you one of those engines that were actually small, and they were abused for so many years. And that engine was called the C223A. The C223A was a 2.2 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged. It also came in a non-turbo configuration. And these engines were mostly found in Isuzu Troopers. They were found in the Isuzu, the KB26 pickup, zile za kitambo. And yes, back then these were like the smallest engines for workhorses, because we had engines like, we had 3-liter engines from Toyota, we had 2.5-liter engines from Mitsubishi, but the Isuzu one was the smallest na ilikuwa inafanya kazi vizuri sana. So I don't think size should be an issue, especially if you're buying it locally, because it's tropicalized. And the other thing I'm going to tell you is we must go through the change. We will not avoid it. And the reason why we are seeing these pickup engines become smaller and smaller day by day is to adhere to the emission standards. Because you see, even for the Toyota Hilux, we shifted from for the local single cab pickups, tulitoka kwa 2.5 liter tukaenda kwa 2.4, the GD6. 1KD imetoka 3 liter ikaingia 2.8. So even for, by the way, this engine, the 1.9 is not new in Isuzu's lineup, because ilitumika. We do not know how it's going to fare, and there is always a first time for everything. Tuendelee. B14, is it reliable? B14s were actually nice as well. Those early Nissans hazikuwa na mashida mingi. As long as you take care of them and you maintain the cooling system. And if you want to see clean B14s, you can follow the B14 community. Those guys have very, very beautiful Nissan Sunny B14s. James Muni is saying, watching from Ng'ombe Guo. Andy, yuko ni wapi? Unajua Najua ng'ombe guu inakuanga na huko Ndeia kwa kina Furaji. Muriuki Marigi yako ndani kabisa. Lots of rain here. Muriuki na umesalimiwa na jamaa anaitwa Cyrus. Vince Brian anasema hi Wakabi, umerudi kikao. Nimerudi hapa kikao. Nimerudi hapa kikao very soon. But you see, east or west, home is best. We have Antismons and also how can you comment on the W211 ilikuja na straight 6 engine? W211s were probably the best E-classes ever made. That is my personal opinion. That is personal, very personal. The 210 the 210 was nice, but 210 ni ile gari haina sura mzuri yenye unaambia mtoto kula ama nilete gari ya dadi. That is how ugly these those cars were. Not many Mercedes-Benz purists would like to hear that, but to be honest, 210s were not beautiful at all. But 211s, I can say that was the golden E-class that was made. Douglas Vans anasema, chairman, please advise on Subaru Impreza 2019 GT7 2.0 in terms of reliability and fuel. Well, hapo kwa fuel kidogo, it's higher compared to its other 2-liter counterparts like the Atenza or the Axela 2. No, Subaru Imprezas can only be compared to the Axelas or the Mazda 3. So irrespective of them being 2000 cc, you're going to have worse fuel economy on a GT7. But in terms of overall reliability, the looks, hiyo gari iko sawa. Kitu utasuffer from ni fuel economy pekee. We have Brian Omondi. Brian Omondi is asking, Wakabi, how would you rate 2000 AWD Quattro in terms of local availability and maintenance support? And how? So Brian, Andy, we have one of the lights. So Brian, there is enough technical support for A3s, even the sedan ones, because the biggest difference is in the body orientation. Sidhani utakosa spares za A3, but generally I don't think it would be that much of a problem. The other thing I would like to maybe comment about importing one. Brian, you can reach us through our number 0710 844 863. Just drop a message. We'll be able to send you a quote and also give you a variety of options that are there. Ray anauliza, what is the total average tax of importing any car from Japan? Is it actually up to 90% of the total cost of the car? Well, Ray, that is not the way we calculate taxes. So we cannot really say it's a percentage of the cost of the car. No, that will be inaccurate because it's based on the CRSP or the invoice value, whichever is higher. So yes, so I don't think we can calculate. It would be wrong to calculate it as the value as a fraction of the value of the vehicle. Vince Brian is saying, how much will it cost to maintain a Suzuki Swift Sport 1400cc or 1600cc in comparison to the Nissan Tida? Well, Brian, that is very dependent on what are you doing with the car, where do you drive, how far do you drive, because wear and tear on a car is directly proportional on how it's driven and where it's driven, and also for how long it's driven. Meshak Mutinda is typing while deleting. Joe Madenge. Joe Madenge. Joe Madenge. Okay. Joe Madenge locked from Gilgil. Meshak Mutinda, sound. Are you sure you have a problem with sound today? Okay. Evan Wambogo, maneno ya CRS. Give you a brief on what happened with the CRSP. So, and we'll be able to give you that option if you join the WhatsApp channel. So you can click on the pinned comment paleju to join the WhatsApp channel, and you'll be getting daily updates. And tomorrow morning we are going to have, or in the course of the day, we're going to have an update on the CRSP. So be sure to join that WhatsApp channel to stay up to date with the Kenyan car market. Liban Abdi anasema, karibu Turkana, kuja na Trooper tuende Lake Turkana tuone if it's more reliable than my 75 series. Liban bana, 75 unajua tusishindane, hatushindani bwana, hatushindani, but between the CX5 2000cc and the Harrier 2000cc, which one could you recommend? Not a performance guy, point A to point B, looking for reliability, ease of maintenance, fuel economy, and value for money. Well, the CX5 will cost you less, but the Harrier is more premium. Even the 2000cc Harrier will. You see, if you're buying a 2000cc CX5, like the one we recently imported, most of the time you'll find that it will come with a fabric interior, quite basic. But the Harrier at a 2000cc zile zinaitangwa ni zile ZSU60. Even the basic ones will have a very good interior. So for this one, if you're not a performance person, um, then the Harrier will serve you just fine. Although the CX5 has a superior gearing because it's a 6-speed auto, but again, you're not into performance. So yes, the Harrier is more premium if you're looking at venye ndani inakaa. That is something that not many people will tell you, but it's actually the truth. Instead of getting a basic proactive, you'd rather get a ZSU60 Harrier, because the interior of the Harrier is quite premium. Martin Nyanumba is saying, "Hi Eric, what's the Insight? How is the Insight 2019, and can it compete with the Mazda 3?" I think those cars are in two different categories, especially because of one is aimed at performance, the other one is aimed at fuel economy. Yeah, so you're going to have fun with them, more fun with the Mazda 3. Tycoon 001 leo amechelewa sana, na amesema anaomba apology, sema makosa ni yake. The Great asema, "Hey Wakabi, what are your thoughts on the third generation Nissan Note e-Power 2020?" Hiyo gari inakaa fiti. By the way, the 2020 Nissan Note looks awesome. It's a beautiful car, and on our WhatsApp channel I'm going to do a brief review of that vehicle, so make sure you're part of our WhatsApp community by joining the channel and getting daily updates even on some of these cars. But one thing I'll tell you, that vehicle, it's bigger and it's a game changer. Inakaa fiti sana your the third generation of the Nissan Note. Yeah, saying, "Hey Eric, are there legit companies selling aftermarket car FOB keys that seem to offer advanced security functions than the OEM fobs? Can this be a solution to avoid malicious key cloning?" Yes, I believe there are some people who are offering those services, but the key cloning can be avoided. I believe we can avoid key cloning by even using those pouches for our fobs. That eh? Yes. So yes, key cloning is a legit auto to purchase to kulimit hizo signals from, and those things go for less than 1,000. I think they're around 1,000 or 1,500. So yes, it can be as easy as that, because getting an aftermarket fob, kuna gari zingine zinakataa hizo fob, especially the advanced vehicles may not want to get aftermarket fobs, because manufacturers are becoming self. Who else? I think Omogambi is saying, "Hello Eric, my Suzuki Swift feels like jacking at slow speeds." Omogambi, if your Suzuki Swift is kama ni ile Swift ya kawaida, sana sana hapo gearbox inafanya kama neno. Most likely it's they behave like that when the gears are not shifting very well. Kevin Kirafa is saying, Nissan Kicks e-Power, is it in the Kenyan market? Amesema your message. Oh, Kirafa, yes, Nissan Kicks e-Power, it's not in the Kenyan market. Is it related na demand marketing of the product? No, I don't think the Kicks is not exactly a Japanese product, because most of the time we import cars from the Japanese market, and that's why you will not see most of them here. So it's not a demand thing, it's more of a marketing thing. Yes, but once see more of them here. Charles Nijide is saying, "Hello Eric, I have a 2012 Honda Fit that jacks at low speed. Nothing shows on the OBD scan. Which is the solution with the issue?" The 2012 Honda Fit, well, it's jacking. Some of these vehicles will have errors on their transmissions, and they will not show, they'll not show those errors in an OBD scan. So you should start by looking at the transmission. But I always say it's good you take that car for an intense checkup, kwa mtu anajua chenye anafanya. And that is why we normally have our garage situated in Eldoret na inaitwa Neon Mobility. Who else? Vince Bryan is saying follow up on the TDA and Swift, point A to point B, partially Maram to put figures. It will be hard to put figures on the cost of maintenance, because you see you can be maintaining so many things. Maintenance runs from routine service, that is oil change, filters. It runs from service B, where you get to the spark plugs. We can talk about suspension, we can talk about brakes, we can talk about tires, we can talk about bushings. So there is a wide variety of things to actually talk about, and that's why it's normally difficult to put a figure onto maybe saying this will cost this and this will cost that. But there are other cars that are excessively expensive to maintain, but these ones do not happen to be in that bracket. So we have Max Gamble TV saying they have just tuned in and we really inspire their channel growth. Asante sana Max, we are here to always grow together. Paul Kahoro is saying if you are presented choice between a hard body with TD27 and a Mitsubishi L200 with 4056, which one would you go? Would you take? I would take a hard body with a QD32. But TD27s were quite reliable, only that they were a bit slow. 4056 is a good engine as well, but I'll feel more comfortable with a TD27 or Monoma is saying, hey Eric, Toyota Race, how much will it cost to land in Mombasa? The race comes in different trims, and also there are other variables to consider like mileage. So if you want to get like a specific quote, text us on WhatsApp. Namba yetu iko hapo 0710 We'll be able to revert to you in the shortest time possible. Ahmed Nasser is saying CX3 and Axela both 2018. Any advice? I know they are in different categories. CX3, I would actually, CX3 is small. Kiti ya nyuma that is much bigger, and it's basically a raised Mazda 3. I'm a raised Mazda Axela. But for the two, the space on the CX3, especially, si gari kubwa, si gari ya kubeba watu wazima. Multi locally used cars. Very soon I may be needing your service. We normally just charge a 1% commission on the value of the car after sourcing. Langat Frank on changing my E13 B12 cab and head for the year with cab. So ulikuwa unapendanga B12. I think if you have the money, just change the whole engine. You have also to be careful about the drive shafts. Usiende kuchoma drive shaft. Kama una change engine, gear na sometimes if I think those no, you might not have to change and you will have a very good car. The only problem with this, their chassis with time a lot, na ndio maana unaanza, especially if you give them too much power, zinaanza kuchomade strut to make sure that the frame is rigid. Yeah, so that's kali bwana. Hiyo swali siwezi jibu swali. Lame Kodero, hi Eric, out of topic kidogo. I just completed a course in automotive engineering. Which garage can I go for internship and gain experience on cars? Your location, and also yes, your location will tell us mostly where we can be able to refer you. Hiyo itakuwa muhimu sana. Willis, hello, videos, is there an Nissan X-Trail which is non-70? Yes, we have X-Trails that Ivan Wambogo is saying Kicks was produced in for Japan market 2020-21. Ifika hiyo wakati, once they are available for import, we'll be able to have them in the Kenyan market. Josh Homan is saying Kicks largely produced for America. Yes, that is true, Josh. That was true. Loud and clear saying najifunza driving na B14 jalopy, brakes ilikuwa ya kupump. Let me tell you, Okabi, niliingia push. Kune saying, is it possible kupata NZD ya 400k well maintained? Tricky kidogo, hapo budget kitu 500. That is from OTGMO. OT M57 is actually a very good engine. So you're saying most Land Rover guys are going for M57s. It's a BMW engine, quite powerful and also quite stout. Hello, Eric. Is this Subaru Impreza 1600cc good for a first-time car owner? What about its reliability? It's not bad. It's not bad. Fraud, is Toyota Regius van with Shark 5L engine the most reliable family car compared to Noah and the rest? The Regius 5L, yes, ilikuwa poa, but if I find it a bit bulky because it's big, lakini kuna zingine there were some Noahs, the lightest zilikuja na engine ya 3CT 3C turbo. Now those ones I would think they would be a better choice compared to the 5L because of the fuel economy. That is Fuad alikuwa anauliza. So James Gitonga is saying, hi Eric, with a budget of 1.2 million, which locally used reliable and fuel efficient family vehicle can you have the early third gen Mazda Axelas? Hizo zana huko 2014 unaweza pata na hiyo bei. Pia unaweza factor in Axio. You can have you can also think about a fairly Honda Fit haijatumika sana. Yeah. You can actually get a very new Honda Fit with that kind of budget. Hi Eric, would you how one would determine how would one determine or know if their car needs a spark plug rig gap, especially for rebuilt turbo engines? You would need to take out the spark plugs, and hiyo achia wase wako na experience sana. Yeah, that one would need somebody who actually really knows their craft. It's not for everyone. Kevin Kirafa, Nissan. Yes, that is what I said. Ati Itel Writers anasema bwana CK, ujuaje brakes ni 4 port ama 6 port? Unaangalia caliper. You just look at the caliper. Somebody is saying, Vince Brian anasema ati our airing keeps on pausing and skipping for some seconds. Is it true? I doubt. No, I think Vince, wewe ni wewe pande yako kuna shida. Josh Homan, Skibe, salamu nimepokea. Experience hapo sio joke, karibu sana. Lamek Odero is saying, concerning that I'm located in Komaro. I think why there is a problem. Nona somebody is saying live stream can't fully hear the responses. Confirm that on your side, Andy. Confirm. Just a minute, guys. Let's check. Go. Okay. So I hope now we are better. So if there are any glitches, kindly let us know. Tuambie hapo. Okay. We are back online, So in case of any glitch, tuambie. So Njero is saying, ulishawahi tufanyia breakdown ya different models za Harriers hapa kwa live. Si tufanyie video na utuwekea YouTube on that. Timo Gikunda is saying, hello Wakabi, I bought my wife a Harrier 2017 AWD turbo in January. Sasa ameshindwa kutumia and I feel ni loss. Cooperative Bank had financed 100%. Bank accepts cash nikipata mteja. Yes, Timothy. Yes, the bank will actually accept cash. So chenye utafanya, if you buy the car, if you find a client, they'll just go to the bank clear. And by the way, the glitches are still there. Uh, so yes, I was saying, Timothy, yes, you can have that arrangement whereby the client clears with the bank, and then they dispatch the logbook. We have Brian Kemboy saying, talk about the 2AZ engines only that zilikuwa zinachoma oil at some mileage. Is loud and clear saying, hello Wakabi, is Nissan Note DIGS bad? Si mbaya, lakini they are very sensitive to spark plugs. That is one thing you need to know. Masood Abdallah is saying, hello Wakabi, is it possible to get a 2015 Toyota Succeed 1NZ 4-wheel drive at a budget of 750k? I think they should be between 750 all the way to 800. Paul Mashari is saying, sound iko chini. TK is saying, why are car companies shifting from handbrakes to handbrakes to electronic handbrakes? I think it's just technology, and that is what most people prefer right now. Poolmaster is saying, hello Okabi, how is the Subaru BH5 wagon 2002 2-liter turbo considering fuel economy and maintenance cost? Poolmaster, you cannot talk 2-liter turbo and talk about fuel economy on the same comment. Hizo gari hazina. Timothy Kigunda, asante sana. In case you need more info on how to go about that process, kindly drop me a message on WhatsApp. We have Chipmunk saying, hello, I'm considering getting a Honda Vezel RS Hybrid 2017, but got its gearbox replaced twice due to a bad mechanic. Should you be worried? Should I be worried? How sure? I doubt that it got its gearbox replaced due to a bad mechanic. I highly doubt. I highly doubt. Okay, Wangari Kareidi is typing while deleting. Eric was saying, niaje difference ya all-wheel drive na full-time 4-wheel drive ni nini? All-wheel drive, how an all-wheel drive system works, it sends power 50-50, equal to front axle and the rear axle. So AWD, there is varying torque distribution. There is a 50-50 power split. So that's the most basic way to explain that. Mzee Mnoma is saying, hello Wakabi, not Nismo, will it work as a daily driver, or is the suspension too firm on the bumps around Nairobi? It depends if you're getting a true Nismo or a Nismo trim. Yes, it depends if you're getting a true Nismo or a Nismo trim. So, asante sana mzee Mnoma. It's getting to 9 p.m. And one thing I'll remind you as we come to the end of this live session is that you can join our WhatsApp community and get daily updates. Yes, so pale ukitaka kujoin community yetu, the link has been section. So join the community, and from tomorrow you're going to get live car updates to your WhatsApp. Na hata very soon we are going to have our website up and running, so you'll also be able to get articles, and you'll also be able to have your questions answered. Unataka ku consult something quickly, you can just drop a text on the website, and then we are able to reply it on the WhatsApp chat. A very innovative feature that we are working on. Na yes, join the WhatsApp community, na pia pale mcheze na super chat bana, sawa. Wangari Kareidi is saying, hi Wakabi, with a budget of 1.2, which car would you recommend for a small family between Honda, Subaru, Impreza? Also, please talk about hire purchase. Wangari Kareidi, hire purchase is very interesting because it's a financing option that mostly works on how well you're able to negotiate. Well, if you're talking about a budget of 1.2, it might not get you the cars that that you have listed, especially if you're talking about a Honda Fit sahi imefika 1.5, Subaru Impreza it depends on which car. So if you, Wangare Kare, this is something I'm going to do just for you. So you can drop us a message, Wangare, and we'll be able to talk to you directly. So drop a message to our WhatsApp. I'll be able to give you a call tomorrow. We talk more about this so that we can go into detail. So the number is 07 10 844 863 na iko pale kwa screen. Douglas Vans is saying, thanks for the answer on Subaru Impreza GT7. Please advise between GT7 and the TSI Golf variant. I'm not looking for performance but reliability. Okay, which one is which one is easier to live with without being too problematic? One thing about the variant will give you better fuel economy compared to the GT7. Going to be far much higher, and the variants cannot sustain as much abuse as the peace of mind. I think leaning towards the GT7 might be better, even if you're going to lose option. So ITEL writers, as we wind up, anauliza kuna plans za live recording ingine? Yes, kuna plans za live recording ingine, and we are going to note, and you can get to know by joining our WhatsApp. So ingieni WhatsApp channel wase. Quantum Creation is saying, hello Eric, please advise mkulima mdogo with 250, which car should I get? Tafuta Nissan Sunny B13. Slen Strands anasema niko late sana kwa class leo, we have to rewatch. Collins Igunza is saying, what is the duty for Toyota Fortuner 2.4? Asante sana Paul. So Igunza is saying, what is the duties for Toyota Fortuner 2.4 liter 4x2 since it's not on the new CRSP? Kwa hiyo number iko hapo, we'll be able to respond to you directly. So irrespective of the glitches that are due to solar activity, that is what Josh Homan has told us, because there has been a yes, we are going to still try to kujariana for always joining us for these sessions. Thank you to guys like Paul Masharia kwa kucheza na super chat, and always thank you for being part of the Konnekt community by joining the Konnekt WhatsApp channel for daily car updates. From Omogambi saying, Okabi planning to upgrade from a Suzuki Swift. Which car can you advise to upgrade for a small family? Which your budget is going to matter a lot on this particular upgrade. Fuad is saying the 5L might drink ability is unmatched. That's why the UN still uses the Prado for tough missions. Yes, I agree, but if the head is the one that is aluminium, so that argument, yes, it's 5Ls are reliable, but you will not get the 5L will never have the performance of a 3C turbo. The 3C turbo is reliable, it's smaller. Officially end the live stream, and remember, we offer services such as pre-purchase inspection, direct consultation, and peer local sourcing. And do not forget that we have a garage. Last but not least, join the Konnekt WhatsApp channel